my friends, welcome back to my channel, LiftFlowGrow. My name is Christina and welcome to my beginner's tutorials. Today's shape is going to be plank pose. You need your mat, a water nearby, and we are going to begin. I'll meet you on the mat. So for plank pose, I invite you to come in a tabletop position, placing the hands down, making sure shoulders are right on top of the wrists and hips are right on top of your knees here. Now spread your fingers, find your alignment, the same alignment we found in downward facing dog. Heel of the hand is pressing down, finding length through the arm bones. The gaze is down, your neck is long. Extend one leg, and as you do that, pull your belly in, and then extend the other leg. You're in a plank pose. Really important here is to not lift your hips up or let them sink down. So you keep your middle, you keep your core really strong and really active. This is a really active shape. You're pressing the floor away from you. You're creating a long line from the crown of the head to your heels. Plank pose is not a joke. So make sure when you look in your mirror that you have your alignment, because that alignment is really important. Bring your knees down, find tabletop one more time. Come to sit down on your heels, clasp your hands and roll your wrists. Change the rows. Shake your hands. Find tabletop one more time. Extend the legs back. Press the floor away from you and feel your whole body active in your plank pose. So the belly is in. And when you look in your mirror, you should create one long line from the crown of the head. Your knees are active, quads are active, everything is really active here. Now shift forward, find your toes. Come back down. Shift forward, find your toes. Come back down. One more time, shift forward and come back down on your toes. Bring your knees down. A couple of things in plank pose too is when you're pressing the floor away from you, you can practice that in tabletop too, is to have your back, your shoulder blades are opening up. So you're creating this kind of like almost like a shell shape with your back, extending the legs, and your whole body is super strong, creating a long line. Now from here, see if you can lower yourself all the way down on the belly. One way to do it is to bring the knees down and lower down. As you do that, make sure your elbows are hugging your in on your way down. You're not just dropping your whole body down on the floor. Everything is happening with control, and press yourself up. One more time, just like that. As you lower yourself down, make sure your belly is in. And press yourself up. A last one. And press up. Practice that for as long as you have to, until you know that you can do it without the knees down. So the next step is to, from plank pose, lower all the way down on the belly, hugging yourself. Untuck your toes. See if you can find baby cobra. Pull the heart through, peel the chest, tops of the feet are down, kneecaps are off the mat. And release. Tuck the toes, knees are off the mat here. Press yourself up in one long line and lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So since we've practiced downward facing dog before that, you see that tabletop is the most important alignment when you position yourself. So the hands, when you position yourself in your tabletop, you're not moving through your plank pose. So you're finding plank pose, then you're finding upward facing dog, then you're finding downward facing dog. Your hands are staying in the same position. That's really important. So when you have your alignment correct, you can use that in your advantage, and when you practice, you're not gonna get injured. Most likely you're not gonna get injured. So it's really important to begin with a solid foundation and then move and explore and open up with the time. Finding plank pose one more time, so pressing the hands down, your body is strong. This time I'm gonna lower halfway down. So hugging the elbows in, lower halfway down, stay here, press yourself up. One more time, lower halfway down. Press up, lower halfway down, and press up. Again, practice that for as long as you have to, until you have the strength to keep yourself lowered halfway down for a couple of seconds. Using a yoga block is really helpful here because it will give you the exact height. You have to lower yourself down before you go into your upward facing dog. So let's practice that. Place the block in the middle of the mat, on the medium setting of the block. So not the highest, not the lowest, the medium. Place the hands down and find your tabletop first. Adjust your hands if you have to. Spread the fingers away, press the floor away from you. Find your alignment. Extend one leg, then the other. Plank pose. From here, lower yourself all the way down. Belly is touching the block. This is it. This is your halfway down. Press yourself up. One more time, lower halfway down. Your belly is touching the block. You're not resting your body on the belly. You're like holding yourself with your muscles. Press yourself up. One more time, lower halfway down. And press. This is it. So when you practice chaturanga or vinyasa flow, this is how low you have to go from plank, lowering halfway down, and then upward facing dog. You don't have to go lower than that to have the proper shape. And now we're gonna practice the chaturanga flow. So place the hands down, find your plank, keep the block the way it is. See if it works. Lowering halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. You're touching the block with your belly slightly. Let the chest open. Let your shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Tops of the feet are down, kneecaps are off the mat, and lift up and back, rolling through the toes, finding downward facing dog. Shift forward, find plank. Lower halfway down, and press yourself up. Bring your knees down, and come to sit down on your heels. Remove your block. This was really helpful for me when I started practicing yoga, and I really wanted to master that transition from plank to half plank, lowering all the way down and finding upward facing dog. And that block really helped me a lot, and I hope it's helpful for you too. Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope that you like this class, you find those tutorials helpful, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you.